Hi Leos, welcome to your reading. I do want to start off by giving you guys a heads up. I am a little bit sick today, fighting off a cold, so I apologize in advance if my voice sounds a little bit funny. But if you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Leo and Aquarius on Fridays. Also, the deck that I'm using today is called the Tarot de Marseille. And as always, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description below. I do want to mention that sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them. However, I only take cards that jump out. And if you see me putting them back in the all facing the right order, normally I don't do them. But because the cards are a little bit bent towards a specific direction, it gets a little bit hard to shuffle if I don't. But my goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. So I'm just going to try to pull one more card, and then we can get started. Alright, Leos. I do want to start off by saying that if you enjoyed the reading or if it resonates with you, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here is the Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is actually a really good energy for you guys to be in, especially since you guys are indeed a fire sign. I feel like whenever we see the Three of Wands, it's sort of the third step in a decision-making process, right? So I like to look at the Ace of Wands as a new beginning, taking in sort of new stimuli, and you have the Ace of Wands right here. And then that sort of gives way to the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands is more of sitting down and really coming up with a game plan. And I think that you guys have already sort of been there, done that. And now you're moving on to the third stage of your plan, which is actually, acting it out and then seeing what the results are. I apologize. But I feel like that's sort of the mindset that you're in and the phase that you're in of your plans is the follow through and seeing what is going on with the things that you've decided to do. It's very interesting because I see the Queen of Wands here. Now, the Queen of Wands is your energy. The Queen of Wands is a fire queen. And she's very motivated, passionate, driven, right? So those are all really powerful qualities to have. She is very admirable in the sense that she's willing to get her hands dirty. She's not really the kind of queen that'll order someone around and then just wait around on her butt until it gets done for them. No, this queen is very much about getting things done herself, especially since, the Queen of Wands likes things fast. And the Queen of Wands, to me, is very much that energy of, like, if you want something done right, do it yourself. And I feel like that's kind of the energy that you guys have been in for a little while. Because I'm seeing this this Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, to me, talks about a new beginning, or rather, a new message in some kind of matter that has to do with stability. So oftentimes I'll say that it means work, because work is one of those contributing factors to your overall stability. But I feel like in this particular scenario, it feels more like your actual stability in itself, really. So I feel like it could be, for a lot of you guys, the stability of a relationship, the stability of you actually having the job, or just the emotional stability, perhaps, of your house. I feel like you're really being a key role in maintaining the order of things right now. With this Ace of Wands, right, I feel like it's all this that three-step process, but it's like going full circle. So you've already taken your action, you've already carried it out, you've already seen what the aftermath of your action is, and now you have a new Ace of Wands. You have a new stimuli, a new situation that you're able to observe and really get to the bottom of and see what is going to go on this time. And then from here, you're going to go into the Two of Wands mode again, where you're deciding what it is that you want to do about the situation. And then you're probably going to have a third Three of Wands moment, or rather a second Three of Wands moment further along down the line, right? But I'm looking at the Ace of Wands, and I'm looking at the Six of Pentacles, and I'm feeling this energy of you really wanting to be generous, because the Six of Wands talks about, I apologize, but it talks about that generosity and having the resources to give to other people. And this is a new beginning, right? Oftentimes it's very passionate. So I feel like you guys are receiving a new passionate beginning at work in particular, and that's going to lead to you guys being a lot more effective. And that's probably going to see, you're probably going to see a lot more money. Like, you actually being passionate about your job is probably going to be such a quality of life improvement. You're going to be really happy in the end. And it's very interesting because we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and then we have the the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is a very difficult card to have because it's the stress card. It's the anxiety card. It's the card of not being able to sleep at night. And you have the Queen of Swords here. So, the Queen of Swords is air signs. And that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So, for some of you guys, you might have a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your life that is a very stressing element in your life, because the Queen of Swords is in reverse. When the Swords people are in reverse, oftentimes they're very emotionally immature. They have the tendency to be very condescending when it comes to emotions, and I feel like this person is putting a lot of pressure on you, and as a result, you have to really, handle what their expectations are. Also, I think I pointed at this earlier, and I said Six of Pentacles. This is the Six of Pentacles. This is actually a Seven of Pentacles. So, like I was saying, the Six of Pentacles is telling me that you guys are going to be generous with your money. But here with the Seven of Pentacles, this is sort of you becoming passionate again at work, because the Seven of Pentacles talks about really setting your seed of intention, growing it, and really reaping the rewards of it later. And that fits in line a lot with this whole Wands energy, where you have the situation, you have your period where you think things through and you plan, and then you have your period where you take action. So I feel like this whole reading, it feels very cyclical. Don't do what I did and sort of mix these two cards up in your head, because I saw that they were both here, but I saw that I thought they were switched. So, really make sure that you're doing your due diligence. Cross all your T's and dot all your I's. But I'm getting for sure that that would be something that, like, this person would really have your head on a stick for. So be careful when you're making any kind of anything. Especially paperwork. I feel like this person, because the Queen of Swords oftentimes is really big on paperwork. The Queen of Swords is also very big on business. So anything that has to do with the mind and the dealing with other people and the dealing of the mental realm, this person is really a master of. But what they really severely suffer in is the heart, right? They're very immature and unemotional and unfeeling and just very all around kind of condescending. They have a superiority complex. This person thinks they're smarter than you, and I don't think that's true. I apologize, but with this Hermit card, I feel like you guys are going deep within. You're trying to figure out what the best way to communicate with this person is, because I see you looking at them and they're sort of looking back, and I see you, the Queen of Wands, over here, and you, the Hermit, over here, sort of like looking at each other, kind of like, hey, what do we do about this person? Even though it's the same person being you. But I feel like once you go into this period of introspection and you really think about how to communicate with this person, you're going to go into a Six of Pentacles moment where you really try to make the effort and you're very generous and you're very warm-hearted towards this person. But I'm guessing that for sure some of you are going to have to take a different approach. Perhaps this doesn't work. Perhaps this person responds to sort of arguments and you sort of proving that you're smarter than them. But it's going to vary from person to person. Just watch out for this Queen of Swords. But either way, I'm seeing that you guys are, you've got a hold of it. You're on top of things. Because I see this planning and I see this action and I see this observing and going into planning, going into action, going into observing, going into planning, right? So you guys really got a hold of it. Also, I do want to mention that you have the 6 going into the 7, which to me feels like progression for you guys. And I feel like that's really great news. But that was your reading first time around. Leos, if you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Leo videos on Friday. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.